was like, what? That should be the case.
So,
You ever felt sinful walking into an Arby's?
I was like, what?
have you seen their bathrooms?
An Arby's bathroom?
Yeah, my brother went in there once, and apparently it's supposed to be bad as fuck in there, including their like food and just the restaurant itself. It's at I believe in Tawasin.
Wait, we have an Arby's in Tawasin?
Yeah.
I've never been to an Arby's.
Road trip.
We could.
Road
We
trip.
could. We could.
Road trip.
But my
it takes,
car,
like,
my
one-
car is like small, like super small.
Don't worry, I don't mind doing sitting on my lap.
Well, I can't because I'm the one
You
driving.
could Hindu pack it.
Oh no,
Oh,
you said
Yusuf, my
you said it,
boy.
Dwayne.
Yusuf, my boy. I'm right
Okay,
here.
Dad.
I thought you were sitting in my lap, but okay, never mind then.
Oh yeah, I'll help you push the pedals.
Yeah, I'll have my foot on the gas pedal. You have your foot on the brake pedal.
That's awesome, dude. Do you see anything coming from your chat, bro?
I do.
Putting my foot
What do you see?
on there.
I see the heart. You're putting the heart.
That's awesome.
Oh,
It just means I'm special.
very sweet. Yeah, you are special
Thank you. Thank you.
in both ways.
Special
What's the what?
All right, all right, all right, all right.
in the way that matters.
We're already like 2 minutes in. Is the first topic that you have for us, Yusuf?
Wow, that has got to be the worst intro.
told
but
you
let's
I
go
have
on
no-
with this.
Topics.
What?
I thought you were like writing them down while I was like setting it up.
You had the time and effort.
Oh.
No, you just sat there and just rambled on something.
Yeah, rambled on about Arby's.
Yep, Arby's. Yeah. Speaking of Arby's, dude,
Yeah.
I fucking. Well, okay, then I guess what's your fucking least favorite burger joint? I know Yusuf doesn't really eat them much for obvious reasons, but so which burger joint is your least favorite?
Least favorite
Lamborghini.
A&W's.
A&W?
Yeah, bro.
Do you not like their like buddy burger?
I hate A&W just in
What about their
general.
teen
Why?
burger?
Because the bald guy and just
Oh
when
yeah. No,
when
no. Big up to the bald guy. What are you talking about?
And
50 cent
then
coffee? Come on.
Also, when I ordered there, it's like they gave me they separate the food and the patty. And when I like ordered like because I ordered like specific things on it, right?
Yeah.
They gave me lettuce and fucking tomatoes, and that's it. And a patty as well. That's all they gave me.
Oh hey, Hyper Magnus, haven't seen you in a while.
No, I'm not gonna lie. What else is on a burger though? Lettuce, tomato, and a patty. Are you saying they gave you the bun to eat like on the side? Or are you just saying you got a salad with a patty?
Yeah, they gave you
Oh, no.
just a salad and wrap. They just like wrapped it as salad for you, basically.
It's like, bro, what the fuck, man? This is not what I asked for. I asked for many toppings on this bitch. So I guess not.
Oh, I don't know, man.
And the bald guy did this to you?
Yeah, the bald guy. Yeah, like, are you talking about the guy in the commercial?
No. This is when I was ordering A&W.
Oh, I
one
thought you
time.
were talking about the commercial guy. I was like, damn. Okay, I guess the bald guy in the commercials really did it for you.
No, that guy's annoying. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Every
What-
day
what- what
it's
is
about
annoying?
him.
What are you talking about? The Toonie burger.
Toonie burger.
Yeah. He
I'm
does,
sorry?
he does that thing. He like the guy eats a burger. He's like, "Did you know this is only a toonie?" And then they go like, "Wow." That's the entire advertisement.
Only a toonie plus tax, which is like $7. The tax is more than the actual food.
300% tax.
I don't know, for me, least favorite burger joint, probably Carl's Jr.
Ooh.
I do not
Would you go
like
against
Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr.?
I don't know. It's just. Oh no, I take it back. I know it's not a fucking burger joint, but it was fuck, what was it? I know it's like supposed to be talking about burgers, but I was gonna say Taco Bell.
Nice.
I'll just talk about Taco Bell. Taco Bell is like the worst place here, bro. Like I think
Really?
yeah, so it was me, Aaron, and our white friend Lucas. We went to Taco Bell at Fraser Heights, I think, or maybe it was the one near White Rock. We went down there, grabbed some because we were gonna like do a mukbang, and I still have that video of us doing that Taco Bell mukbang. And they forgot like 10 things from what we ordered, so we had to go home with like half of the tacos that we got, or what we were supposed to get, and it was ass. The tacos weren't good. It was horrendous, bro. And oh, don't get me started in their sauce, bro. Like the sauce packets that they give, that tastes like cheeks. I still have them in my drawer, right? And they gave me fucking
Ugh.
diarrhea. They gave me diarrhea. It is
I think that's the point. How you gonna go to Taco Bell and not get diarrhea?
That's true, but still, it's horrendous. I hated it. Oh my goodness.
That's awesome, bro. I never had Taco Bell.
Good.
I
Don't
mean, neither.
don't. Dude, neither of you should. Taco Bell's horrendous.
Nah, like I've heard of people that just like they swear by it. Like they're like, yeah, Taco Bell's the best.
Well, I mean, maybe if you go into like maybe the United States has different Taco Bell like recipes
Ooh,
or
true
something,
that.
right? Because and to be fair, I think we also got no, never mind. We got like both hard and soft shell tacos, and they were just all burritos.
Oh,
They gave us
Oh,
burritos. We
burrito.
asked for hard shell and soft shell tacos, and they just gave us burritos with both. Like it was no tacos, it was just burritos.
um,
On hindsight, it was probably another dude's order, not ours.
you just robbed the guy without even knowing.
Yeah,
Just
some guy that
slip-
day probably
took his
got
order
like
and just-
$100 worth of Taco Bell. He was just like, "Oh, where did my burritos
Yeah.
go?" And I don't even know if fucking Taco Bell has burritos, but I'm just guessing that they do. Um, I don't know if we talked about. Okay, I know there's like a huge curveball, and I don't remember if we talked about it in our last podcast. But what was like your first video game, if you remember?
I know my
Uh,
first video game.
let's hear it from you.
From me or from
I'll
Yusuf?
start. All right.
All right,
Yusuf.
all right.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
hear it. Let's
I'll
hear
start.
it.
My first video game was Spider-Man on the PS1 because my cousin had it.
Yeah.
My cousin had a PS1. He was really stingy about it, but I got the controller like one night, like really late at night.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember much about it, but that shit looked like straight dookie water. Now that I like think back on it, bro had like that pentagonal head. Bro was like low poly rendered Spider-Man. I don't remember what the combat looked like. All I know was I don't know. All I remember was it's like a fever dream. Like if you just take a bunch of LSD and you walk through an aquarium, that's what that game felt like to me.
Damn. For me, fuck man, like the first video game that I can remember playing was one of these three choices because it's like I remember it happening around the same time. It was either Ratchet and Clank, right? Pretty kiddie game, Hitman 3, or God of War, the first one on the PS2.
Ghost of Sparta.
On the PS. Was that the one on the PlayStation 2? Because
Yeah, and also on the PSP.
But yeah, that was the first game I played. I remember my dad was the one that like showed it to me, and definitely not a game that you should be showing to kids just because of the stuff that happens in there.
And your dad thought it was a good idea to like
I
show it to
mean,
you.
yeah, I guess I was I was probably 3 or 4 when I played it. So I swore by God of War, dude. I loved that game. And then God of War 2 came out, I played that shit. God of War 3 came out, I skipped Ascension. and then I found out about 2018, and then I stopped playing God of War because I was like, you know what? They ended God of War 3 on a pretty okay note. I don't think I should continue playing.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's a
Like I know
Huh.
they hinted him that he lived at the end of God of War 3, but I was like, I don't wanna. I don't wanna. He's not as like ragey as before.
which is crazy because of the mass kind of panic that the new God of War caused when he came back. Everyone like lost their shit.
No, I know. And no, my dad lost his shit as well. You know, my dad was like, "There's no way they brought him back." Because my dad, I don't think my dad ever stuck around for the credits. So he only ever saw Kratos, and spoilers for obvious reasons. Kratos, I mean, it's old game. Kratos kills himself at the end of God of War 3,
Yeah.
right? He kills himself with the Blade of Olympus, and basically the whole world is destroyed. And that's the only thing my dad saw. So when he saw the 2018 trailer, and like Kratos is stepping out of the shadow saying, "I'm hungry," like he lost his shit. But which, by the way, is where I got where I got my annoying line from. Every time when me and Dwayne played,
Oh
Yeah.
my
that's why I
god.
always went, "I'm hungry, Dwayne. I'm hungry."
Fuck you. Yeah, I think for me it's Super Mario World from the Super NES. Cuz I think my mom got us Super NES from for Christmas. Like I'm trying to like think here.
Damn, you're so
It's like,
old.
what do you mean? This is back in
No,
like
he wasn't
2000.
old. He was poor. He was a
I mean, you weren't wrong. I was in the res, so I was like like we lived in a house that was like it was meant for like at least like 3 people, and
There's like,
there's like a whole family. It's like a 7 of us in there.
36 of us.
yeah, it's just all like clown cars, dude. It's like, you know, when a clown it all fits in a car, it's like that, but for a house.
Yeah, we were basically in the middle of nowhere, and somehow we like survived that entire 6 years
That's a
stuck
native
in
woman if
that
I've ever heard
small house too.
Do you still have nightmares about it? Like, do you just wake up in cold sweat at night and you're like, "Ooh."
No, I mean I mean I forgot most of my experience there. Honestly,
Oh,
I could
I
only
see.
like remember a bit of
repressed.
it. What?
It's repressed memories.
Yeah, he turns his tap on, doesn't see black water. He's like, I'm home. I'm home. This is so racist. How do we get racist this quickly?
I don't know.
Okay.
Keep a
Okay.
PG for GP.
Never
I
say
just
that
said
again.
res, and then Yusuf was like, you know what? Let's get racist here for a moment here.
Oh my goodness.
Let's take a break and introduce some racism.
That's
Yeah.
just Yusa's mindset. Oh my
Uh,
goodness. I got video games. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I haven't. Oh, fuck, now that I think about it, I haven't. Recently, I don't know if you were there when I was telling about it, Yusuf. For like this past week, I've literally played nothing but Ocarina of Time on the
Oh,
N64. Did I tell you that yesterday? No?
didn't.
No?
But I
Okay,
heard it
okay.
from Aaron.
So yeah, so Aaron made me play Ocarina of Time on the N64 on the shittiest controller, arguably the shittiest controller known to mankind, the N64 controller. All right, and holy shit, I've wanted to kill myself, but I had fun. I had fun. I haven't beaten the game yet, I'll tell you that. And recently I just got to Adult Link, and I hate the temples. I've only done one, but I hate the forest temple so much. The forest temple sucks. It sucks absolute balls. And you know why?
Why?
All right, so there are these doors that are locked, and you need silver keys to get to them, and 2 keys are basically given to you when as you progress through the temple. But The third key, right? There's like a third locked door. There's a third key, and I'm gonna tell you where it is in a moment, right? I spent 2 hours going around the entire fucking temple over and over and over again, right? Like me and Aaron were just sitting there. Aaron doesn't remember much from this game either, right? So we're like Aaron's like, well, would you like try going over there? I was like, I already went over there. He's like, what's the purpose of like this area? I was like, I don't know, just to unblock that water area, right? And then Aaron was like, I think 2 hours in, Aaron was finally like, let's just check outside the temple. We go outside, we fucking find out that there's a fucking vine on the right side of the temple that you could climb, and you were supposed to climb up that vine, go on top of this tree, and the third silver key would have been in front of you. And holy fuck, dude, I just wanted to kill myself after that. I was like, there's no fucking way they hid the fucking key outside. Oh my god.
Outside,
And
outside the temple.
yeah, outside the temple. And the thing was, right? I got home from school and I immediately started playing Ocarina of Time. I was supposed to do my homework and edit some videos. I didn't get to do any of that. And then it got worse. It only got worse, dude. All right, so I finished the Forest Temple. I wanted to cry and I wanted to sleep. And I was like, I turned off the N64. I turned off the N64, and I told Aaron, I was like, yo, Aaron, I'm gonna go check if I have homework to do. If I don't, then I'm just gonna edit and I'm gonna go to sleep. He's like, oh, okay. And I don't remember our conversation, but we somehow Aaron managed to convince me to get back onto the N64 and at least get to the Fire Temple entrance, right? And that's a whole other fucking journey. So I get back on, and mind you, it's like fucking 11:30, I think 11:30 or 12 now, and I had school the next day at like 11 in the morning, and like I had to leave at 11 in the morning, right? And then to get what we did, and this is like all jumbly now because I can't remember, but basically what happened is that I got back on. Aaron's like, okay, you need to get to this lake. We go to this lake, and you had to cross these bridges to get into the middle of the lake. We got to the middle of the lake, and he's like, okay, 10, you're gonna have to play the song. We play the song, nothing happens. And then he was like, oh, wait, 10, you have to become a kid again. And I was like, holy fuck, dude, there's no fucking way you made me go all the way here, right? So I had to run back all the way to like this temple, like the Temple of Light. I had to put the Master Sword back in, turn back into a kid. And the thing is, as a kid, you don't get access to a horse, so you have to side jump all the way back to the lake, right? So the only thing I would hear for the next 5 minutes while getting there is, and it gets old really fast, right? I get to the lake, we get into the middle of the lake, right? And Aaron's like, okay. And the thing was, I have no idea. And I think one of there's a text there that says that you have to shoot the sun as it rises, right? And I was like, we got there. I'm like, yo, Aaron, I don't have access to the bow. How the hell am I supposed to shoot the sun? And he was like, oh, wait, Ted, you actually have to become an adult. So I have to fucking go back to the Temple of Light. Alright, go back to the Temple of Light, turn back into an adult, go back to the lake. We go to the lake, go into the middle, and then Aaron's like, Tad, you're gonna hate me for this, but we don't actually have to be here. I was like, there's no fucking way you made me go back here. He's like, Tad, you were actually supposed to go to the mountain. And that's how we go to the mountain, fucking go on the pony, thank God, go on the pony, we go to the mountain, go up to the mountain, and I think we got a bit lost, but we managed to find our way to basically the entrance of the Fire Temple, right? The entrance of the Fire Temple is called like the Death Mountain Crater, right? We go to the Death Mountain Crater, go in. We go in for maybe 5 seconds. He's like, 10. No, don't get mad. But we might have to go back to the lake. So I was like, there's no fucking way you made me go back all the way over here, man. So fucking we go back to the lake, another 10 minutes and go back to the lake. And then we get to the lake. He's like, okay, yeah, so you see those 4 pillars? You have to go to those 4 pillars. And then on the left, there are scarecrows. So I do that, go to the scarecrow, and I talk to the scarecrow. And he's like, Tan. So it's like, fuck's sakes, dude. He's like, Tan, you're gonna have to be a kid again. So I was like, holy fucking shit, dude. So I was like, I was like super like heated at this point. I was like, Aaron, I'm gonna fucking murder you. So I had to go back to the Temple of Light again, put the necessary become a kid, and then side jump all the way back to the lake and talk to the scarecrow, right? But this time, there are two scarecrows, right? Aaron's like, okay, talk to the scarecrow on the left, which was the wrong one. Talk to the scarecrow on the left, and basically you have to play a melody for it so that it starts dancing, right?
Yeah.
So Aaron's like, okay, yeah, just make it super simple, just keep spamming down, right? And I was like, okay. So I keep spamming down, and in Ocarina of Time, you're supposed to only play 8 notes, and then it'll end. Thing was, I kept spamming down, and it kept going. So I was like, holy fuck, how long is it gonna take? So I like started like zoning off, and I start spinning the C stick around, I start spinning it around, and it's like playing random notes. And then as soon as it ends, right, the scarecrow starts dancing, and then Aaron out of nowhere was like, Dan, you crackhead, you're supposed to remember that. And I was like, why didn't you tell me that before? So it's like 56 notes, all like maybe the first 20 are like down, but the rest of the 30 are like a random mumbo jumbo. And I was like, holy fuck, Aaron, I wish you fucking told me that before. And then and then after that, we took a moment, 5 minutes, like just to think on how the hell we're supposed to remember the pattern that I just did. And then Aaron's like, oh, wait, we talked to the wrong scarecrow.
Oh my god.
We talked to the right scarecrow.
Blind leading the blind.
And then he tells us to play a tune, and he'll remember it forever, right? And I choose a tune that I remember. It's like up, down, left, right, whatever, over and over and over again. He's like, okay, play. And then the scarecrow is like, okay, play that tune whenever you want to call the wandering scarecrow, which was the scarecrow that we talked to before, right? And then Aaron's like, okay, now you have to turn into an adult. And I was like, for fuck's sakes. Side jump all the way to Temple of Light, turn into adult, and then we ran to the Death Mountain Crater. Ran to Death Mountain Crater. We played the thing. We played the melody so that the scarecrow, the wandering scarecrow, can show up. He doesn't show up. He doesn't show up at all, and I play it like multiple times. And me and Aaron are like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? And then Aaron, right, he was like, won't you just try out blowing up those boulders, right? I start blowing up. There's like, okay, so then across from us, there's like a ledge, but there's a boulder blocking the way, so you can't jump there without blowing it up. I throw maybe 5 bombs, and Aaron's like, Dan, why do you keep missing? Right? He starts becoming the Asian guy at Sean's workplace. He's like, Dan, why do you keep missing? And I was like, you could probably see like veins popping out of my fucking forehead at this point. And I'm like, I'm throwing it, Aaron. I'm throwing directly at it. You can see it, right? It gets to the point where I run out of bombs, and it's like, for fuck's sakes. And now we have to go to Goron City, which is below Death Mountain Crater. We go there, and we had to buy bombs. I bought bombs, and we went back to it. We keep throwing maybe like 10 more, and we realize it's not fucking blowing up. And Aaron's like, why don't you try blowing up the boulder next to you? I blow that up, it works. The boulder works, right? And Aaron's like, yeah. And then we were just like, oh, maybe I'm just missing. And then we throw maybe 3 more. I realized that there's like a tiny bit of extra ledge where I could throw the bomb, where it would be right next to the boulder. I do that. The boulder's fucking invincible. It doesn't fucking blow up at all. So now we're just sitting there again, back to square zero. We're like, there's no fucking way we spent the last 30 minutes trying to blow up this bomb only for it to not work. So me and Aaron, we leave Death Mountain Crater, and we're just like standing outside of it. And I'm like sitting there. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Right? Aaron's like, okay, I'm gonna go search it out. Comes back 2 minutes later, and he's like, Tan, I want you to take a deep breath.
Right? About to be a kid again.
And then I was like, okay, fine. What do you fucking want? He's like, I want you to take a deep breath first. I take a deep breath, right? I'm like, all right, I breathe. Hold on. I breathe. I calm down a bit. I was like, okay, Aaron, what do you want? He's like, we're gonna have to go to Goron City. We head to Goron City, right, which is below it. Nothing wrong with it. And then Aaron's like, okay, now head into the chief's domain, the chief's like area. We go in there, and he's like, yeah, you see that statue right there? And I was like, there's no fucking way it's behind that thing, and that we like passed by so many fucking times. He's like, yeah, you might
Oh
want to
my
pull on
God.
it. We pull it. Holy fucking shit! There it was, the actual fire temple. I just, oh my fucking god! I wanted to strangle someone. I wanted to sleep. I wanted to kill myself, and I just wanted to fucking chuck my controller at the screen. We go in. I look at the time. It's 2 in the morning. 2, 3 in the
Damn.
morning. It was like, let me sleep. And then we went to sleep. Oh, hey, Derek. And yeah, that was my experience. And guess what? That was all in one fucking day.
That was on one sitting, actually.
Yeah, one sitting. It was horrible. And I hated it.
Damn,
What an adventure.
that's awesome, dude.
What is Blood talking about? I was talking about Ocarina of Time. The experience that I had 3 days ago. Whew. Alright, next topic. Let's get a little depressing. You guys got any?
All right, so
Pressing.
Yeah, let's get a little depressing. We got it. Podcast always has at least one depressing topic.
oh, all right, my entire life. No
Oh
joke.
my God.
No joke. All right.
You can't say that, man. I was literally drinking water.
No, I'm not joking.
Okay. Let's talk about bad friends. I don't know. Bad friends that we may or may not have experienced.
Bad friends.
All right, the
Oh my
first person
God.
I'm looking at is, of course, him.
Dwayne
Oh,
immediately turns his chair and looks at a picture of Yusuf.
the picture he keeps next to his monitor.
Yeah.
It literally, it's still there. In mint condition.
Mint condition, you have it in like a fucking sleeve and every. Oh my god, wait, hold on. Before we get to the depressing topic, you guys remember those sleeves that we bought for our first Pokemon video on Bimmel Hub? I still have them.
Yeah.
I still
You're
have
the one who
them.
took them?
Yeah, I was the
forgot
one
who
that
had
took
'em.
I still have them. They're still unopened. Unopened.
Oh my god.
We bought so much. I have them unopened. But yeah, topic is bad friends.
Okay.
All right.
All right, who wants to go
Anyone wanna
first?
go?
Anyone wants to go first, huh? Among the three of us?
Yes. So,
Oh.
Yusuf, would you like to go first?
Oh, I thought you was telling.
No. Okay. I got scared. I was like, oh damn, this is the arc. He's gonna confront me about something.
He's gonna confront me of all the times I bullied him. Oh no!
So, Yusuf, why don't you go first? Huh?
Oh, and try to use if it's someone that we know, use fake names just because.
No, I'm gonna throw a little curveball. But
It's gonna be us.
no, it's no.
Oh,
Okay,
there's
I guess I'll start.
There's this Asian guy
Okay.
named Nat.
I got Nat and Wade. Those guys.
You Wade.
You wait.
Who's okay, buddy? I don't even know who this Enat guy is, but
Nat. Nat.
oh shit, I don't know what his name is.
All right. Depressing. Let's go. Shoot at us.
Who goes depressing and what
Yusuf
do
is
you
going
mean by
first.
that?
Yusuf's going first.
All
What do you
right,
mean
all
by
right.
depressing actually?
So basically, right? Depressing.
Not necessarily
let me
depressing, maybe anger.
No, but like,
I'm just saying, this is like a hard topic to talk about, you know? Or I wouldn't know unless you're like, you guys don't really give a shit about the bad friend that we had back in the past.
bad friend that I had in the past, or
Yeah.
in the present, or in currently.
Yeah. Could be someone that we
Ooh.
know, could be someone that you knew.
Not gonna lie, to be honest, I think okay. So watch this. All right, back when I first started college, right? It's not a person I'm talking about, right? So when I first started college, I was like I felt completely like a fish out of water, right? Like, had none of my high school friends. I was commuting like 2 hours a day. go to Langara, and it was getting pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
And so what happened was, yeah, so because I started like 8, 9 hours a day, and this was before like we used to hop on call, before I used to hop on call every day,
Yeah.
and I naturally, because I stayed on campus for so long, I made this one friend, right?
Hmm.
And we started talking. We started talking, right? And that right? I'm definitely the problem here, but basically, uh, happenings
Uh-huh.
we got along really well, and it was these two guys that talk to anymore, and main reason for it, and it's that. So basically, it was we right, and I used because I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't need college friends. I'm just gonna pandemic. So I sat at the very front. You know, I was paying attention. I was studying. I was doing the homework.
Yeah.
And I met these guys, and they sat at the very and not to like very stereotypical, right? And they were like, so we talked to each other like after class because we got like, a science project. Talked to each other after class. You know, we became relatively good friends. And one of them actually like dangerously close to me. I say dangerously because I don't want to run into him. And what ended up happening was we formed this like mini friend group of like four or five people, and I was doing like I started doing like really terrible at one point in biology because I was like hanging out with them a lot, and then I like stopped doing my work, and I just let a lot of shit slip, right? And I just started hanging out with them like so much, and and then these guys were like relatively smart, and me not focusing at all, not caught up with the labs, not caught up with the coursework. I started falling like way behind, right? So I don't know. I started like I saw myself slip, and I was like, you know what? I gotta like start like slowly distancing myself, and I felt like a piece of shit. But you know these people they like welcomed me into their friend group, and then I just started like very like slowly distancing myself. You know, I was like when they invited me to places, I wouldn't say no. I just not respond. You know, I just
Mm.
wouldn't say anything, and I was like I'd leave them on red for a while. Whenever like I'd see them in campus, I just like cover my head over a hoodie and like walk the opposite direction. It didn't help. Not gonna because in the end, the problem was me. Right, the problem was
So
definitely me. Most
you
definitely,
were the bad friend.
I was the terrible influence, right? Because I was making bad decisions at the time, and like subconsciously blaming them for no reason. Like I made these bad decisions, and I don't know why. To be honest, if it were me, I would have cut myself off a while ago. But these guys, they kept trying to like, you know, talk to me and shit. And then one time it came up, right? We were at a midterm, and I so so like depressed because like I was doing really bad, and this midterm was like make or break, fail the course,
Yeah.
and then okay, but I passed. Thank God I passed. But the thing is, I was like studying for like so long, like several all nighters in a row, studying. Right, like my brain was on that bio juice, and it I passed the midterm. But when I was doing it, I didn't think I would. Right, that's how bad. Right, I was so mad. Right, and then I saw them. Right, I saw them like talking to each other. They didn't even and then just I lashed out. No reason for I deeply regret it to this day. I like, lashed out at them, blamed them for all my problems, and it got really bad.
Damn.
I'm pretty
I
sure I'm
wish I
like
was there.
excommunicated.
I wish I was there to hear that.
I you just imagine that, right? Imagine me, right? I have like gigantic bags under my eyes, right? Like my I didn't think I did well. I genuinely think I'm gonna fail the course, drop another grand on this damn fucking bio course,
Yeah.
and it was, and then here I am like fucking blaming other people because of my own like lack of studying habits, and I like lashed out on them, and I still regret it.
Damn.
I mean, I still follow them on their social media, But then, I used to be on close friends. That's all I'm saying, bro. I used to be on close friends, but now it's
Damn.
screw it.
I can't
Like, damn.
imagine. I cannot
Maybe I,
imagine Yusuf lashing out at someone. Like,
it's very out of character. After that, I was like, I hate it. I low key was like, what is wrong with me?
damn. Because it's like,
That's my story.
I don't know, dude. Because it's like, can't like, no matter how hard I try, I can't imagine Yusuf being so angry with himself or at other people to the point where he would lash out at them. Like, I feel like I remember I said the worst possible thing towards you, right? And I like still feel bad about it to this day. But you didn't like lash out at me or anything at all. You just left call, like how I guess a normal reaction would be. You just left
Yeah.
call, and I felt like shit afterwards. And then the next day, we were just instantly fucking back to like normal, apologized and all that whatnot. And I was like, wow, So it's hearing this, and all this,
No,
that's
it's
like,
because I was like at an all-time low. Like at this point, like not a lot was going for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I because I was like recovering from grade 12, like because grade 12 was like a huge burnout time for me.
mm,
Like I let a lot of shit slip in grade 12, so I was like, I was trying to build myself back up, right, in college, and it wasn't going well. And I started slipping, and this was like I blame myself for like I started like having like these like very negative thoughts, and because like my commute was so long, I was constantly away from home spending like 8 to 9 hours in school. It just really was terrible for my mental health. And this is not an excuse for what I did at all. Like I still feel terrible about it to this day. And but it was bad.
have you ever
Like
apologized to
they
them?
to be honest, no. Only because like it's every time I think about it, I like cringe. And I was like, you know what? I guess they're better off without it. It's like, yeah, they don't want to hear from me. They don't want to
They don't
hear
want to hear from me
from
anymore.
me.
They hate me now.
It matters. I hope they're doing well. And then since then I've like moved transferred like colleges. I've transferred colleges not because of them, but like because of my own reasons.
Yeah,
So
secretly it's actually because of them. You actually just still secretly
no,
hate them. You're like, oh, I hate going to classes with these guys. They remind me.
the funny thing is that couple months after a year after that happened and I transferred, moved on, went to Douglas, blah 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 blah. I went back, right?
Yeah.
I went to Langara and I went to the mess hall because that's where like we used to unofficially hang out. Because so I went to the mess hall and just sat at the table and just ate alone. I was like, damn, this used to be the spot, huh? This used to be the spot. It was just a quiet moment, and I don't know. I still feel bad about it to this day. It was genuine. Like after that, I feel like yeah, I have to change as a person. This is not a healthy thing. Uh, and you just gotta work on yourself sometimes. And that was like peak. Like, if you were to ask me lowest point of my life, that would be it. Like
Yeah.
I had no job. I was school 24/7, fucking 20-hour commutes and shit. It was terrible. Like easily the worst time of my life.
Oh,
I just look at my course load and cry.
damn. Yeah, so moral of that story, or not moral, but you were the bad friend.
No, that was me. I was the bad friend.
uh,
The otherwise very kind individual.
okay, okay. Now, Dwayne, you got a bad friend story for us? Unless it's about me.
Or me.
Oh, I thought we were talking about
Blame me.
depressing stories or whatever the fuck.
No,
No,
you
just
could
bad
change
friend.
it.
Bad friend.
Bad friend?
Bad friend or friends that you've had or you currently have.
Have dangerous topic.
Currently I don't. Uh Shit. Did I really have bad friends? I mean, I guess I somewhat did.
Mm.
And they're still like around in the area that I'm living in right now. So basically, my old friend and I, we'd go out and talk to each other. Like we'd sit there awkwardly too. Sometimes it's just like, okay, let's bring all of our friends. And once that happened, most of us got in silent. And so yeah, one of us would bring like up a random topic, and it, at that point, it sometimes gets a bit offensive, and to the point where it's like my old friend disliked my other friend as well, who was I believe in a year older than her. I don't know, but
Mm.
but he was like somewhat of an he wasn't okay, but he was okay, but the things he does now is just very questionable. I mean, yeah, he has a job and everything. It's just I don't know. He's
Questionable
very.
legally or questionable ethically?
Both.
I mean,
Both.
both, I guess.
Oh, what you doing?
I mean, he's like a minute away from here.
Okay, so we can't go into too much detail.
Yeah, can't go too much
Breaks into
into
your
it. Can't,
house.
can't go.
I'm
too-
kidding, but no, but I'm kidding, but this was like 6 years ago.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not sure where he lives now, or fucking yeah, I don't know where he lives now, but basically, yeah, he at that time I believe he was like smoking
Mm.
marijuana and just I don't know, typical gangster shit, whatever the fuck, I don't know.
oh my
Spray
god.
painting and
Oh,
I don't know, something like that. I don't I barely spoke to the guy now. I mean, it's just I don't know what he does.
He's gonna reach out to you one day. He's like, hey man, you got $50 on you?
And when,
right.
we'd
Smoking
have
marijuana, not crack. Calm down.
I don't know, he did some questionable things. Like there was I don't think I want to speak about it, but
It's fine. If it's illegal, don't talk about it, man. You're gonna get me in trouble.
no, I wouldn't say it's illegal, but I guess his cousin liked him, I believe, at one point.
Oh.
Nice.
And I
Wow, what a
believe
strange twist.
I believe she was like 3 or 2 years older.
Years old?
Younger,
Oh.
younger than him.
Oh, younger.
And me and my old friend were like the same age.
I think,
I
no,
believe-
dude, I think if it's the no, I'm not gonna say. I don't know.
And yeah, I think he dropped out of school and got expelled.
Ooh.
Like I believe twice or once.
Oh.
But yeah, he was a questionable person. I thought he was okay at first, but now that I think about it, he was he wasn't it was a shitty friend, I guess you can say.
Uh,
Just like side question. Was he like a shitty friend to you or just a shitty person overall?
both.
I mean, I guess overall.
Oh, I see.
Mm, mm, mm. And then I guess for me, I've had you guys definitely know I've had my fair share of bad friends. Specifically, two people that I always talk about. I think they were the worst ones, if I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
That I can currently think of, they were probably the worst friends I could think of. Now, which one do I want to talk about? Because it's honestly surprising, but I think Crystal. Yeah, well, I'll just call her Crystal. She was bad, and she managed to. I would like to think that her bad friend definitely ramped up pretty quickly. But I would also like to think that also was a bad friend just because I wasn't honest with some things and only played into her delusional thoughts, which is a horrendous thing to do. And then
Uh,
then there's the other guy, fucking Michelangelo, fucking I don't know, man. Michelangelo, he was definitely an interesting case because I've known him for like a really long time, like a lot. I think like a lot longer than any of you, except for Alex. A lot longer than anybody in the Discord except for Alex, right? And all the shit. I guess all the shit that he put me through when we were quote unquote, I would like to say quote unquote friends, was pretty horrendous. It was definitely super toxic friendship. It's not like the friendship that I have with you guys. It's like specifically like me and Yusuf, where I insult him, he insults me back. We act gay for each other and all that. It was like I wouldn't say it's definitely not like that. The toxicity of
yeah.
it was horrendous. It was he was basically Schrodinger's fucking asshole. Have you guys seen like that post sometimes Schrodinger's asshole? Like they would
I
say
have,
like
but why don't you just explain it for all the people listening?
yeah, so it's like basically they would say something assholish or questionable, like they would say something like a really insensitive joke, and
Yeah.
based on that person's reaction, they would actually say that they're joking or not, and that was
Uh,
basically who he was, right? So it was.
I see.
So he would say something extremely hurtful. If I had a negative reaction to it, he would immediately say something like, "Well, man, I was just joking,"
Yeah.
and it was it was definitely not a healthy thing because it definitely built up a lot of a lot of inside anger that I had that I couldn't really
Uh,
talk about, because then again our friendship, the friend group that I had back then, we never really talked to each other about it. We're always like, toxic masculinity, however the fuck you say it. It's like, oh yeah, we gotta keep up our emotions, we never have to talk to other people about it.
yeah.
And I definitely didn't talk to anybody about it. And throughout high school, I felt horrible about myself because I would just go to school. It was get home, get shit talked, and it wasn't playful shit talk. It was actual shit talk, and then it was the same thing over and over again up until maybe 11th, 12th grade, where I met Crystal, and then they got together, and then he changed, and I felt hurt, and all. It was a whole other fucking story. But that was Michelangelo and Crystal, probably the two worst friends you could ask for. They do not help you in anything. They do not support you in anything. And if anything, they just make your life worse.
Mm.
Yep. That was horrible. Horrible. And it's even worse when you think about it, because I knew Michelangelo since I was in second grade. So
Damn.
majority of my life, I was treated. I had a toxic friend. Yeah, that was pretty depressing.
Mm.
I mean, then there's also the bad friend, Jover.
Wow. Wow. You said his name like full government.
Yeah, full government name. I don't know his last name. I don't know.
It's actually the king.
He was. Oh, shut up. No, he's a prince now. He
Okay.
downgraded
Whatever.
himself, remember?
Um.
That's not what
Yeah.
his banner says, though.
Is it not?
Okay. Listen. I have nothing against the guy, but it's really
Jordan.
his content is very especially TikTok. It's very entertaining.
Nah, he's definitely. Oh, shut up! Look at the chat. Look at the
Alright.
chat.
Oh.
The Jover meat rider.
Why has this bitch gotten more subscribers now? I remember
because
it
he's on
just
his
being
grind.
around
He's on his grind.
206.
He's on his grind. He's on his
just
grind.
just to touch on a topic that we talked about before. because I wanted
Yeah.
because you know, you were supposed to be there but you weren't. But so me and Dwayne talked about, I guess, reaction channels not being a really
Oh,
good channel just because it's like you take, and it's like I argued that you can be a good reaction channel if you have somewhat of your original stuff in it, like you actually have
uh,
normal whatchamacallit,
yeah.
reactions to it, I guess. But and then it's bad if you know you don't do anything about it. I just wanted to ask, how do you feel about reaction
Ooh.
channels? Because Jover
I watched the live
Trent,
stream. I watched the live stream, and I wanted to say something, but like obviously I wasn't there.
yeah,
So okay, so I have like an excellent example of this, right? And it's this channel I've been watching for quite a while, and he so this guy, right? He like reacts to like a lot of cringe content. He reacts to it, right? But he doesn't just sit there in the corner and like laugh or react. He like straight up like pauses the video and he like adds his own kind of like spice to it.
yeah,
Um, so to be honest, that's like, and
yeah,
it gets me through the cringe. I'm not gonna lie, it's really entertaining, especially when you add your own jokes to it. Uh, so let's say I'll name a channel later, but like let's say he's watching one of those like cringe ass like YouTube shows where like they're like, oh,
yeah.
answer a question or drink, and then it gets like very awkward very quickly. Like, have you slept with my mother? And and then I'm like sitting there like I am not gonna get through this entire video. And then
I'm
the
gonna
guy just pauses and then he like gives us like a reaction where he like stares into the camera for 4 seconds. He's like,
yep,
what the fuck?
yeah. I'm gonna
So
cut you off right there. Yokai brings up a
yeah.
good thing. He was like, you know, the only reactions that he likes are if the person, the reactor, has some sort of professional knowledge about it, right? And I think I agree on that. You know, because it would, and jumping off of yours as well, is that it fucking the reaction channels that suck absolute donkey cock and balls are, I don't know if you've seen it, the ones on TikTok where it's the video and there's just
Oh
a dude
yeah,
at the
yeah.
bottom and he's just staring into like nothingness, not at you, into nothingness, and then at the end he's like, thanks for watching the video, I want you to give a follow, give that a like. It's like, what did you even do? And you know, I think we did talk a little bit about it, but it's like with Jover's reaction channels, like, or at least the ones that I've seen, I have no idea if the other ones are different. But it's like with his things, I feel like he adds almost nothing to the video. Like he pauses it and he says something like he literally explains what just happened. It'd be like I'm watching like one of my videos, right? Let's say I'm watching the one where the Left 4 Dead one where you shot me, right? And like it's like just watching it, no reaction. Then he pauses the video. He's like, "Damn, I can't believe Yusuf just shot Tan 5 times in the head. That's super hilarious." And then he rewinds the video, plays the exact same thing, and then he does it again. It's like, okay, I've seen it. You can move on. He has nothing to it, and it's like it's honestly such a cheap. When people do that and they actually gain or they benefit from it, that's when it's just a bad thing to do, in my opinion. It's like, okay, you're not gonna. There's no way you're gonna be able to sustain yourself doing just that and giving no actual real reaction to it.
That's Jordan. I mean Jordan. I mean Jover, basically, right there. And he's somehow getting more views than us too.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's like
Um,
that's the reality of it, though. It's like you can put the most lowest effort content, and you get like 500 views, or like even 1,000 or more. It's like that's a Jover right there. He doesn't even have to do. He doesn't have to put edits or anything. Just plays the entire video and that's it. Like, dude, we're at that point. We don't have to do much. It's like, God, fuck. Where's the creativity on that? When this website had one, God, it's just boring as fuck, dude. Seeing content like that, seriously.
Alright, so
just like moving off the Joker hate train for a second, right?
yeah.
I wanted to talk to you guys about like it's a really old drama, right? It's really old drama, but like the death of the React channel. If you guys ever watched them, Uh, a better question would be: did you guys watch the React channel?
The
Like it was
React,
like
the React
yeah,
channel.
yeah. Like there was like their entire content was like they had like a certain demographic. That there was like
Oh,
teens.
are you
They did like
talking
adults.
about the Reaction
Fine Bros.
Brothers? Reaction
Yeah, the
Brothers or
Fine
some
Brothers.
Fine Brothers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I used to watch
Oh
them,
my.
and you know what? They did an okay job. I liked some of their reactions, but I found out that they weren't authentic at reactions. Apparently,
Mhm.
they were fake reactions or reactions that the Fine Brothers wanted. So it was bad. Bad company
No, but
wise, I mean. Bad company wise, I mean. But I
like
enjoyed their videos.
ethically.
I enjoyed their videos though. Unfortunately,
Yeah. So what if they were exploiting a bunch of children?
they grabbed a bunch of old people, children, teenagers, whatever, and they made them react to like old memes.
Oh, I watched them like religiously at some point, right? But
Yeah,
I don't know. I felt like what happened to their channel. What was like the main
I
cause of their
don't.
downfall?
I don't.
You don't
I don't.
like
Like I knew they
the-
like fell off, but I didn't know they. I don't know the reason for it.
before like I explain however much I remember. Dwayne, do you have like a specific memory tied to the React channel, or you have no idea what I'm talking about?
Right?
What? Sorry. What? Can you repeat that
The
again?
podcast. I'm talking. We were talking about. Do you remember the Fine Bros or like the React channel?
Yeah, it's like kids
Yeah.
react, teenagers
Yeah, yeah,
react.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
What did you think of that kind of React then, Dwayne?
I barely watched them.
Oh, you did. Okay, so it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter to you what happened
No,
to
it
them. Huh?
doesn't.
Yeah. Uh, so basically, what ended up happening, right? The Fine Bros, like they're at their peak, like peak influence, right? And then what they tried to do was because their React like shit was doing so well, they tried to like trademark the word React. So
Oh,
anyone
okay,
who'd
yeah, yeah,
ever
no, never mind. So I do know. Yeah, yeah. They basically just tried to sue everyone who did a reaction shit.
yeah, or tried to like tax them in some way, which was
Really?
insane. Like anyone doing a reaction, which hate the reaction all you want, like you are not taking their like income, however much effort they put into it. It's kind of a shitty thing to do.
Mm.
Um, they tried to trademark it, and they got fucking. I mean, before cancel
Extreme.
culture was a thing, they got destroyed. Um, and obviously they like turned like they tried to back away from it, but like their reputation was just so far in the depths that it just never like recovered all the way through.
Did they delete their channel? Is this still a thing? You know?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, can you search
Let
that
me
up?
check.
All right. Next topic. We gotta think of a topic on hand. Cause I can't. I don't know any more topics.
Oh, they do still exist.
All right.
They
You
do?
want to talk? Oh. Yeah, they still upload.
Damn, I can't believe they still upload.
Yeah, but they're like their views are like,
They're like, yeah,
hey,
just all
Oh
down the
my
hill.
goodness. Speaking of drama, you remember when we had our drama with like our own group? What do you guys think about the amount of random podcasts out here? I haven't seen them. I mean, other than my random podcast, unless you're referencing Jover's podcast, that oh my gosh. I mean, I already like talked massive amounts of hate or shit towards Jover's podcast in the last podcast, so I'm not
Every podcast that we're gonna have is just
at
there's
least
gonna be
one
a
mention.
mention.
Yeah, at least one mention of Jover.
uh,
Or the influx of streamers and content creators because of COVID, or Drake shouting all. I didn't know about the Drake shouting all streamers, so I'm not gonna talk about that unless you guys know about it. Do you guys know
I don't
about
know anything about
it?
it.
Yusuf, did you know about that?
know about what? Sorry, Drake
Uh,
shouting out all streamers.
yeah.
I have
I'm
no
gonna
idea.
take that as no.
Live under a rock.
Oh my god. The influx of streamers and content creators because of COVID. I can't I'm gonna be honest, I can't think of any content creators that I know of or heard of that came out of COVID successful.
Ooh.
Maybe except for Mr. Beast before or after COVID? He
Um,
was before, right? He
he was
became
before. He
popular
was
before,
before.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the rise. I think he started peaking towards COVID, if
Yeah.
anything.
I don't know.
Um,
I knew, or I know that there
I
was
know
an
a lot of
influx.
TikTok streamers that made it big. Like they like moved from TikTok and then they just kind of made
Mm.
made it on their own, I guess. But if you were to ask me for one example, I could not tell you that off the top of my head.
No,
I
yeah,
know,
no.
I know. I think I Show Speed was one that blew up
No, I feel
during
like I
COVID.
show speed. I think he made more content during COVID, but I don't think he blew up until after.
Huh.
Yeah. Like, remember when everyone was grinding? I think the Among Us squad. Like, remember when everyone was grinding Among Us? What? I don't know.
Uh,
Is there a squad called the Among Us squad?
no, no,
What
no,
are you
no, no.
talking about?
I can't think.
Among the
Dude,
Squad.
oh, right, Dwayne. What topic did you want to talk about? Like, I kind of cut you off.
I forgot.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, but that is an interesting topic, though. I guess because it's like because we were also a part of. Oh, I would like to say that we were part of the people that me and Dwayne specifically were part of the people that grew out of COVID, kind of. So I don't
Hmm.
know. I think there were a lot of people like us that tried to grow from it, but were not successful.
True and real.
Yeah, like including us. Like I grew a lot. I got a decent amount of subscribers, but it's not enough to like skyrocket me all the way up. You know.
Yeah, this bitch surpassed me.
But I don't know. I think thinking about it now, like moving on past post COVID, I feel like a lot of content creators now are kind of like I would want to say what's the word? Everywhere, if you know what I mean. Like there aren't I mean besides Mr. Beast, like I can't think of any other on the rise YouTubers, just because everything is there's such a huge video game drought in my opinion right now.
Hmm.
Like nothing's interesting, nothing cool's been coming out. There's usually maybe maximum 5 cool games that come out every single year. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I think the last one that I can think of that had a crazy amount of attention, definitely Baldur's Gate 3. I think that was on the radar for a lot of people. Mortal Kombat 1, CS2 maybe.
I haven't seen a lot of CS2. Aside from you guys like talking about it, I haven't seen a lot of CS.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not in that like FPS space,
No, I wouldn't
but
be
like,
surprised because or sorry, not surprised. I'm quite actually no. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised just because that's why I said it with like such a questioning tone, right? Because I wasn't sure if CS2 was like huge, 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 or if it was just because I was part of the FPS community, so I got recommended, right? But Baldur's
yeah,
Gate 3, that shit
yeah,
blew up. That blew
that
up
spread. Yeah.
because it was like companies lately have been like fucking half-assing a lot of games. They've been whining, saying that
Mhm.
it's like you shouldn't expect that kind of quality. It's like we're never gonna
Off
do
the
that.
rip,
Yeah, it's like all that stuff,
free
right?
marketing for Baldur's Gate.
But Baldur's Gate 3, it was like huge.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I think with such a huge rise, it also kind of fell like super fast as well.
Um, I feel like Baldur's Gate introduced a lot of people into D&D that would have never played otherwise.
A
Just
hundred percent.
because
A hundred
just
percent.
just because of how I guess stigmatized D&D is, and like it's the nerd thing to do, and so like a lot of people usually uh would kind of stay away from it
Mm,
because of its like very kind of niche play style of like imagination. So I feel like Baldur's Gate has just like opened up a lot of people to like D&D or just role playing games in general,
mm.
or like turn based games in general.
Oh, we still have to get back to our D&D game. that we haven't even started. You remember that, Dwayne?
Oh, right,
Okay,
yeah.
random couple power game.
I'm pretty
It was
sure
like
where we left.
Dragons of Storm Isle.
I think where we left off was, we were being surrounded by zombies.
No, you guys got past that with one dead body.
Oh, well,
Uh,
yeah.
Thoughts on games nowadays, i.e., the focus being money, microtransaction, battle pass, rather than quality once in a while, such as Elden Ring or Skyrim. It sucks.
Skyrim.
That's all I have to say. It sucks. I think a great example of a game falling off, and I don't know if you guys agree with me on this, is definitely
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I think Call of Duty got hit hard by greed, especially after, I would say maybe after Black Ops 4, maybe just before Black Ops 4.
Ooh.
Do you play Call of Duty, Dwayne? Did you play Call of Duty after Black Ops? No, you played Brokers Ogres 4, right?
Yeah.
But not really, no.
What do you mean not really? No, I remember, dog.
No,
Good God.
okay. First of all, my boy, barely. Okay, and that's when I'm like on the PS4, and well, it was pretty much rare for me to get on the PS4. I was always on the Xbox.
Ooh, wait. On the same topic, do you guys think Battle Royales ruined a lot of things? I feel like Battle
I think
Royale.
Battle Royales introduced the concept of Battle Pass in the first place.
That is true. I think it was only Fortnite. Wasn't Fortnite the first game to do battle passes? That really blew up. I
Yeah.
mean, like I know games back then that had battle passes, but they didn't like get that far. Yeah, I personally think it was because of. I would like to think it was Fortnite that really caused the greed, because I think I have not done my research at all. I've only like seen it, and it's just a lot of assumptions. But I think a lot of companies realized that Fortnite, was a free game, but despite being a free game, they were getting huge amounts of fucking money, battle passes, skins, and all that. And then I think that's what caused a lot of gaming companies to like, oh well, they released their game for free with just a shit ton of microtransactions and a new thing called battle pass. We should do that to get more money, and now that's just the plain thing. And Fortnite, I feel like, also inadvertently also decreased gaming production, in my opinion.
Just on that Battle Royale kind of hope, I just want to to be honest, I've been thinking about it for a while, right? And I feel like the downfall of Call of Duty didn't start with Black Ops 4. It actually started with Warzone, if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
It's because while Warzone was like objectively a fun game, it kind of introduced the Call of Duty to like what actual microtransaction, like what big time microtransaction could do, right? So it's like while Warzone was free and they slowly like added skins to Warzone, it kind of got really fucking bad to the point where like they were just straight up adding guns that only you could buy with the battle pass, or with COD points. Like you can't own this gun build otherwise. Like you can't make it by yourself. You would need you would need to pay money for this gun, and it kind of like it threw not only Warzone off, but like all future Call of Duty games off of like how it used to be. They became like extremely money hungry, right as right when they saw like Warzone's success, and especially because Warzone hit and this like prime time like pre-COVID to COVID era, like Warzone was like huge. So they probably profited off like triple what they would have just by releasing a game just off sales of like their microtransactions, probably more than their game sales.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was like one of the bigger reasons for like Activision specifically's like downfall.
Yeah. Yeah. You got anything to say, Dwayne? You've been quiet for a while. Dwayne?
No comment.
Dwayne is internally still playing Warzone.
Yeah, Dwayne's just flashback, PTSD, just Warzone flashing by him and everything.
Specifically that incident, which is pinned on Twitter, by the way.
Incident?
No.
The
Yes, I remember
incident.
that incident. I remember the incident. It's
So basically, what happened is that there's a certain
dairy
area,
beverage.
an unmarked place in Verdansk. So we call it the incident is because, well, every time we go there, everyone just dies, or like whenever we jump off the building, one of us dies. And so that's what happened to me. I jumped off immediately. Someone shot me, and it's like, okay, well, yeah.
Damn.
I think I got into the Warzone after the incident, and it's if you know it's this bank building, right,
Yeah.
with the green windows. That like it it's just like been marked for death because a lot of the time if you like enter that building, there's either like a squad waiting for which has only one door access,
Mm.
and so people can like camp the roof. If anyone's looking for loot, they walk upstairs, they'll immediately get gunned down.
Damn.
Like crazy.
Alright, and I think for the final topic tonight, right? Because it's already been an
Yes.
hour and 11 minutes. I guess, and it's how when Bimmel Hub was still active, and I guess before, post, during the drama, all of it. You know, how did you guys personally feel? Like feel about Bimmel Hub as, I guess, a group YouTube project that we had from beginning to end, full details.
Okay, so basically, I think we started Bimals Hub kind of like early.
Yeah, be
That's
like,
I think it
what I
was
said
like
one time.
late grade 11, late grade 12, right?
was
We
it
started Bimals Hub.
late grade 12? Because I remember it was still COVID,
Yeah.
and we were celebrating Derek's birthday,
Yeah.
or was it Iverson's?
Yeah, we all had masks on.
We had masks on, yeah, but was it Iverson's birthday or was
Yeah.
it Derek's
It was
birthday?
Derek's birthday. It was Derek's birthday. It was Derek's birthday.
Okay.
I think because I mean, I think a big group channel that I drew inspiration from that is like I drew like a lot of inspiration from like offline TV. So
Yeah.
I was like really excited to have something similar like that, but with my friends instead of like random streamers.
Yeah.
And so to me, it I don't know. It was even if we ended up not making it big, to me it was more like it's such a unique opportunity to do like very interesting things with my friends that no normal person would have done otherwise, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like just being in like early Bimmel Hub has like opened my eyes to a lot of things. Good and bad. Yeah, like definitely. To be honest, I didn't go into Bimmel Hub thinking like, oh my god, we're gonna be like number one. But it was genuinely like an interesting experience to just, you know, do random shit with the people you know. Instead of like doom scrolling through YouTube, watching other people live their life.
Live their luxurious lives in their $50 million mansion that they got because they did toy reviews when they were 3. Ryan reviews. You guys remember him?
Oh
Don't
my
diss my boy
god.
Ryan's toy reviews.
Is he still
Yeah.
uploading?
I don't think so. Ryan is like what 15 now. Waiting for
Is he?
Ryan's weed review next.
Is he still uploading? There's
know.
no way.
I'll check after. But
Ryan's World.
how
Oh yeah, he
is he actually still
uploading.
uploading?
Yeah, he's still
you know
uploading.
Ryan's toy review has a PS5 game.
Oh yeah, right. He has a
I
shitty ass.
I know he has a game. I knew he has a game.
shitty ass game,
Uh,
bro.
I know when I was working at GameStop, that shit was eye opening.
Oh,
Damn, he has like so many channels. How does he even do them all at once, bro?
probably depressed as shit. I'm not gonna lie.
What the fuck, man?
You know, like the early 2000 child stars who like shaved their head and got addicted to cocaine.
What?
Yeah, fucking he just threw fucking some random ass information in.
No, you guys don't know. It's like 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 the Home Alone kid who like got addicted to like crack or something.
Oh,
He
you
was,
mean
like,
yeah.
Macaulay Culkin or something?
yeah. Like he was so popular, Richie
Yeah,
Rich,
yeah, yeah.
Home Alone, and then like started doing crack. His
Yeah.
life kind of fell apart. I hope that doesn't happen to Ryan. Not gonna lie. He looks like he's on that trajectory, but wishing the
How
best for the little child.
about you, Dwayne?
What for Bimmel Hub?
Yeah, I guess like what were your like feelings and thoughts before, during the drama and after and post everything? Oh, someone texted me.
So during the drama, I feel like at that point, I don't know. Like I believe I said this once to you, Ten, and nobody else. I said that, you know what, this this isn't looking too well, and well, I thought about leaving at that point, because at that point it's like
Yeah.
it was like, I don't know. It was gaming. Plus, we were all busy at that point, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the only thing we ever did was gaming videos, and I thought this channel was gonna be like,
Real life
oh,
stuff going out.
vlogging. I thought it was gonna be like that. We didn't like at first. We didn't really like it's like, oh yeah, we let's make a channel, group channel, but it's like, we didn't really put much thought into what we should do in our future, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's like, at that point it's just, I'm sorry for like fucking repeating myself here, but it's just, we started out way too early. As I said to Tan once, we were just people that just wanted to make a group channel, just thought it would be cool, and just branch out something that well, I guess I never thought of doing.
Mm.
And there was that one point where I just like, you know what, I wanted to do my own thing.
Yeah. And
And
I mean, isn't that what you're still doing?
I
Or
mean,
what
I
you
still
plan
am,
on?
yes.
What you plan on doing?
I planned on
Yeah.
doing.
Planned? Like past
Yes.
tense?
Back
Huh?
in the day, he planned on doing it while Bimmal Hub was going on. That's what he means.
Oh.
I don't. We just. I felt like we just weren't doing as much as I thought we would. Like, and instead of game, like this, gaming, like, that's awesome.
Mm.
We kind of like did a
Gaming.
tournament and just kind of fucked around, but we didn't like. The only thing we planned as a group was Brawlhalla, and I thought that was fun.
That was fun. That was super fun. And, we were also supposed to have the multiverses?
Oh yeah, but that fell through like so hard.
I don't even remember what happened. I think just it was either like
I remember.
scheduling or people or oh no,
No,
it's because we didn't have a spectating option.
Exactly. It was actually Multiverse's fault that it was so hard to like spectate.
Yeah.
And because like people had such a variety of different devices, if me and Lewis ever in a match together, no one would be recording because we'd both be lagging. So it was a whole like it was like just technical issues that the game had at the time. And I mean, RIP Multiverses, but it just doesn't exist anymore, And yeah, an
Oh my goodness.
interesting topic that died way too quickly.
Uh, yeah, I think we planned that out like hard too. Like we had a
Yeah.
plan and everything.
Get a
We
bracket.
had a bracket ready. I think our first fight was supposed to be Jordan and Sean, but that never happened. And then I think like three people like did not want to do it. Like they like flaked out. Not flaked out, but like they dropped out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the point. A problem I have. I have.
Mm,
There were people that just didn't want to join. It's just
yeah.
it got so fucking annoying.
Yep. Yep. Specifically one person that I can think of. That
Like, bro, you joined the group for a reason. At least participate. God.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, and now we're here. Yeah, for me, I think when we had the idea for it at Derek's birthday, when it was just me and Dwayne just talking. I don't remember the conversation. I just remember one of us brought up about Pokemon cards, and I was like, you know what? It'd be cool if we started a group channel and just opened up like a Pokemon card, like Pokemon cards, as a group.
Mm.
And like I think Dwayne agreed with me, and I was like, you know what, Dwayne, I'd be down to open them. I'd be down to make one with you. He's like, yeah, I'd be down too. And the one person, I'll call him Isaac. Actually, no, everyone knows who he is. Actually, no. Yeah, I'll just call him Isaac. And Isaac overheard us, and we started talking about it, and then we started bringing everyone along, made a whole group. I was excited because it's like, damn, I actually have friends that want to do a YouTube channel with me.
Mhm, mhm.
Because I think at that time I was still hanging out with my previous friend group, and they didn't want, except for one, except for Jordan. They didn't want to do anything. They didn't want to do anything like YouTube related. They wanted, well, I don't know what the fuck they wanted. So I was super excited. And then, because this was like late grade 12, we graduated and it was summer. We had all the free time, all the fucking free time. And personally, I think I had low key beef. I had low key beef with Isaac. Not directly, but it was like personal, like me only. It was one sided beef. I was like, dude, this guy's not doing anything. We started together. He ruined one. I wouldn't say he ruined it, but he definitely like downgraded one of the Pokemon video. If you remember that, I think it's still
Oh my
uploaded. Yeah,
god.
you remember that? Because I
Mhm.
think me and Dwayne, we were busy with our own stuff, and Isaac offered to edit it for us, right? And we're like, do you have experience with editing? He's like, yeah, I do. And he was like, oh, okay. Gave it to him. We trusted him. He uploaded it. It was in 2040p. 2040p,
Mhm.
edited it on iMovie on his iPad, and
Oh,
with
yeah.
with little to no subtitling, by the way, which we asked him to do. Like, I think it kind of like got me mad when I saw the video, not because of the quality, but because he literally put in a message in the middle of the video saying that, oh, I just got lazy subtitling. And it's like, oh, okay, I said that you would do it yourself, and I guess I should have just done it. And then there was that whole farce that we had. I always complained it to Dwayne. I did not complain it to anybody else until much later, but it was like during that entire summer, we had so much free time. I think all of us actually had the free time except for Isaac, who had worked the entire weekday. You remember that stuff? So it was
Mhm.
really hard trying to schedule stuff to do with him, because obviously that honestly bit us in the ass, especially a couple
Yeah.
months ago. um so we ended up not being able to invite Isaac to anything because of his own stuff, and apparently he held a grudge towards us, but I'm not going to get into that. I talked to Dwayne about it. Me and Dwayne were really conflicted about it, but we came around and we were like, you know what? Let's just give him like, another chance. Maybe, he's always busy, so there's not much that we could do. And then I think it got even worse when it was the end of September. So basically your birthday, that birthday gift, that it got worse. My personal beef,
Yeah.
one-sided beef with him got worse. And I was super pissed off. I was like, what the fuck? All that yada yada. And I talked to Dwayne again. I think I talked to Dwayne. I was like, yo, dude, I don't think we should have Isaac in the group anymore. Like, I don't know of how I feel about Isaac. And I don't know if Dwayne, do you remember all the conversations we had about Isaac or no? Dwayne?
No,
No, not
not a
really.
whole lot. No.
But yeah, no, I always complained to Dwayne. I always talked to Dwayne. I was like, yo, Dwayne. Yeah, it's like I'd like text Dwayne on the side and all that whatnot. After that, I think during that time, that's when I started losing hope in Bimmel Hub, kind of.
Mhm.
I was like, dude, I'm not sure if this is gonna work. It's like we're super busy now. We have this one like nail on my fucking asshole. He's not doing anything. I tried talking to him about it, and he didn't pull through. And now I'm slowly losing hope. And like my next best thought was maybe, maybe if I get more people into this, maybe it will balance it out. it sort of did. We got a lot of shit done. You know, like I personally really liked the Squid Game session that we had. That was super fun. Only thing that sucked about it was AJ couldn't make it, and we recorded like an hour or two early. Remember
Mm,
that?
yeah.
I heard AJ got really pissed off about that. Did he? Did
I
AJ?
don't remember. So long
I
ago.
remember AJ got like super pissed off about it. Um, you know, and it certainly picked up. You know, we had a new vlog. We went bowling. We went to did a bowling vlog, and that's I think around that time, that's when Isaac started phasing out of the group a bit. Um, and I think that's when you know, if he's watching this video or this podcast, sorry you had to figure out this way, but I kind of felt glad.
Mm,
I know that's like probably a really scummy thing to say, but I felt glad that he started to phase out because it's like, oh, I don't have to deal with him anymore, and it's like I was like kind of happy because it's like even though we had less than 100 subs, I was like, oh, now you know now with this we can actually just start picking it up, you know, because he's no longer here, and then Lord and behold, the first major drama happened where Isaac leaves. And
mm,
I think that put everyone on edge. Like on high edge. And then I think when I realized what had happened after that, I was like, fuck dude. No, that's a lie. Sorry. I felt even better. I felt happier. I know this is so fucked up saying this.
this is a Zeno confession.
It is a Zeno confession, but I felt happy. I was fucking so happy. I didn't say it to anybody. I don't think I said it to anybody ever. Probably except for Dwayne. I was like, dude, I'm so glad he left. I didn't have to deal with all that. And then I felt bad because then you had to deal with it. And then after that, we kind of started taking Bimble Hub a little bit more seriously. I think that's when we were like, oh yeah, so we have to get this done. We have to get this done. We have to get this done. And I think that was when my worst fear. Every time when we had those talks, it gave me my worst fear because I was always afraid of having a group channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
But having it turn into more of a corporate thing, you know, where we're no
Oh.
longer having fun. I was afraid of that since the beginning, and then it started happening. And it was completely out of my control. Like I couldn't do anything because, you know, the conversations that we had were just right. It was true, you know. No one was cooperating, and it's like if we wanted this to work, we had to make it work. And I was scared. I was really afraid. I was like, "Oh fuck, dude, it's happening." You know, we're slowly becoming more company like rather than more like friend like. And I think that's usually the downfall of most friend
Mm-hmm.
YouTube channels is that they stop going from friend group and they start moving more towards company. Right? So now they're just work friends. Now everyone's just making videos just because they're work friends and not because they're friends, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't lose hope yet, but I could obviously see that there were now cracks. You know, some people felt uneasy about it. Some people stopped participating overall. You know, and it started going downhill from there. And I was like, "Oh fuck, dude, this really sucks." And then I think this is when we were approaching our near end. No, this is when we got more editor when we were trying to me and Dwayne were trying to convince people to become editors and shit. That's when I was like really starting to lose hope. When I was like, no one's helping out. No one's helping me and Dwayne out. No one's helping out Lucas over there. Poor Lucas. You know, and then Lucas didn't want to work on it anymore, and then someone didn't want to associate with Bimmel Hub anymore, and it was just all falling apart in my hands, and I just felt really sad. And then I think after it ended, after me and Dwayne made that video on Bimmel Hub where we were taking an indefinite hiatus, I kind of felt I wouldn't say free, but I felt stress free, you know? Because it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that shit's been set aside. I'll work. We'll come back to it another time, and hopefully a lot better. And I just felt like a whole weight taken off my shoulders, and I was just glad. that we decided to take the indefinite hiatus. Yeah, but I do want to get back to it. I'm not gonna lie, it was super fun. And
I think
my camera is like picking up dust from not using it at all.
I think if we ever want to bring Bimal back, we gotta do it. We gotta do it like slowly and with less people involved at first with the channel,
Yeah.
and then kind of build from there. Because the thing was, I feel like one of the main downfalls of Bimal Hub was we were doing too much at the same time,
Yeah.
and it ended up we'd had like way too much content, not enough editors, and then because we had way too much content, we stopped doing shit, and then we had no content, and then everyone was busy, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like we have to take it a little slower and do put a little more poor planning into it. I mean, more like we over planned the shit out of everything, and then it would just fall apart. So cool.
Dude, it was so annoying when that happened. It's like we would plan it out for like months upon end, only for it
Yeah.
to just go through, and it sucked.
I
You know,
think.
Oh,
Alright,
go on.
let me just keep going, and then you can pun later. But I think a big part of bringing Bimmal Hub back, or at least the IRL content of Bimmal Hub, we would need to like not only film with like with a smaller group, but also we would need to like stay on the plan. We can't have people like joining in out of nowhere, whoever needs to join. Like we would need to establish like hard deadlines and like take it like crazy seriously, not in like a corporate way, but in a way that, you know, we have to be serious about the things we're about to do. Because I feel like when we first started, it was very like light, and like just doing we were just letting everybody in. We were just doing whatever
Yeah.
whatever happened, right? And and I guess that saved us when our plans kind of fell apart, but it also kind of the video that I kind of wanted to film didn't happen because there were either too many people, or our venue fell apart, or
Oh.
the people I wanted to be there aren't there. The video that I wanted to film wouldn't be the video that came out, which in my opinion was really terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if we can solve that issue of like scheduling and the amount of people that show up, which is just scheduling, I feel like that if we have that down, because I feel like I'm only talking about myself, but I'm in a place financially where I wouldn't mind funding like these huge projects we want to do. Like we want to do like a mukbang that costs like $500. I am so down for that. but the thing is, we need to plan a venue. We need to plan this. We need to plan that. We need to plan who's coming. Stick onto like a script of how we're gonna rate these things, right?
Yeah.
And obviously we can add our own jokes. I feel like that would be a video of such superior quality, and I feel like what we did with the eggnog was
The
like
eggnog.
a perfect example
The eggnog.
of what I wanted to do.
Oh, I see.
Was because when we did the eggnog, right? Yes, we got to the venue too early, but we got to the venue, we set up, we had some setbacks, but there was like me, Dwayne in our element, and we were just going at it, and that video did relatively well, and I feel like that's the blueprint for every video that I wanted to film going on. Like it was me and Dwayne joking around, but we still had like a hint of seriousness because we were there on time. No matter like we waited in a fucking Chinese restaurant for so long.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I
but
still
I
feel
think-
so bad because at the Chinese restaurant, we literally walked in and we were like, "Yeah, can we get a table for 5 people?" And then
Yeah.
it was just literally. I think that at that time my card wasn't working, so literally I only had like a $10 bill and a $5 bill, and the only thing that I could get was like this tiny like rice steamed ball. Because it made it even worse. It was like a fancy ass restaurant too, and we walked in looking like homeless people.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Then again, we were right beside a place where it's filled with homelesses.
That's true. That is true.
True.
God, all this talk
Uh,
about Bimals is making me want to start it up again.
I'm surprised
yeah, and
that
the thing is,
the
sorry.
scuffed Bimmel Hub interview worked.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that shit was fucking hilarious. I love that.
yeah, I thought about doing another one, like as I mentioned before. It's like with different people
People.
who couldn't join, and perhaps
Hmm.
like guest. I don't know, something like that. I want to make it as scuffed as possible, to the point where it just makes them uncomfortable. Like I'll do it. I'll literally do something like unexpected. Literally, I will. If we ever do something like that again.
Oh my goodness. I
It
mean,
was fun to record. I mean, I loved it.
to be fair, I
Hmm.
think. No, I'm gonna say it after the podcast. I'm not gonna say it now, just because it is something I want to talk about on the sideline. But I don't know. I think like I think you're right, Yusuf, when you said that. I think our basic blueprint should have been something like we did for the first and second eggnog video, right? Because I think
Yeah.
for me at least, what I initially thought that should be the baseline. No, not the baseline, but at least the recommend like the middle area of between minimum and like maximum amount of work was definitely the hot ones video. Like we had insane in the membrane planning for that. I think we technically had like a really small crew with us. We had like the food set. I mean, we kind of fucked up on the food, but we still had food. We had the hot sauces and all that, and it was just a really fun video to record. And I thought that was supposed to be like the middle line of what we were supposed to do. Yeah. Yeah. No, 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 like.
No, no, I was unmuting my mic. So, no. Well, I mean, obviously, I can't say much about the hot ones. I wasn't there,
Yeah, you
despite
weren't there.
booking the fucking.
You weren't there because what was
I
it? Did you have
booked it.
work? Did you have work?
Yeah, I had work, right? I booked the fucking venue, and I was so excited for it. And I booked time off, and I booked time off like 3 weeks in advance. And the guy who was supposed to cover me got sick, so that's nice. Gonna be there for the hot ones. Uh, Genuinely, I want to redo the hot ones with me there, not reacting,
I
but
think
like
you should be
there.
the one reacting to it. As
And I feel like
punishment.
this time we can have better angling and like because obviously we have like ends place now.
Yeah.
We can have like better video angling because the last hot ones it was weirdly scuffed because we were like it was like the camera was way below everyone's like stomach line and we were like looking up to them. So I feel like now we can like put out higher quality shit. And because, you guys have taken your own like respective hiatuses and you kind of know what you're doing more so than we did when we first started. I feel like if we were to bring back the IRL content, it would be more structured than it was before, definitely.
Oh my goodness. Oh shit. I had a thought, but I don't fucking remember what I was gonna say, and I'm kind of sad. Hold on. It's there. It's there. It's there. It's there.
Uh huh.
It's. Hold on. I'm like thinking. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Okay, it's not there. I'll probably remember it another time. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, I think we had a pretty thoughtful podcast session of 1 hour and 40 minutes. I think we got across a good amount of topics, talked about old and new shit. Yeah,
That's awesome, bro. Who are we
that's
gonna
awesome.
bring up next in the next podcast?
I don't know. We'll bring up someone. We'll bring someone.
Guest, we need to bring a guest. We need to bring the main man, Jover, in the podcast this time.
He's gonna
No,
look
it's
back
over.
at
We
the
can
other.
talk
He's
about
gonna look back at the. He's gonna look back.
Yeah,
at
he's
the,
gonna look at the other one. He's gonna look at the old two ones, so, like, to do his research. He's gonna like, oh no, these guys are talking mad shit about
Research?
me. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he does do that stuff. Oh my goodness. All right, but
Let's bring up It Smiles here.
It Smiles hasn't uploaded in 2 months. I think.
No, more than 2 months.
Oh, all right. Next
9
guest star, somebody. Yep.
All right, we gotta think of that
All right.
person.
Ending the stream, ending the podcast.